A war that lasted only 2 hours and was erased from history because of forbidden weapons. No textbooks mention it. No official records admit it. So what really happened? Let's go back. The year was 1761. Europe was locked in constant conflict. Borders shifted. Empires expanded. And new weapons were being tested in silence. The incident involved the Kingdom of Prussia and a small autonomous city-state near the Baltic trade routes. Officially, this city was never at war. Unofficially, it disappeared. Private military correspondence later revealed the accusation. The city was suspected of secretly supplying rival powers. No formal declaration of war was issued. No negotiations. Instead, a rapid operation was approved. The objective was simple: neutralize the city before foreign forces could react. The operation began at dawn and ended in less than 2 hours. But what investigators found afterward didn't look like a battlefield. No widespread fires. No collapsed walls. No heavy artillery damage. Yet days later, when surrounding forces entered the city, they found buildings intact, streets untouched, and no people. Military medical journals described something unusual. Symptoms appeared within minutes. Sudden internal bleeding, severe respiratory failure, loss of consciousness, death without visible wounds. This was not gunpowder, not blades, not cannon fire. It was something new. According to later analysis, the weapon used was an early experimental gas-based compound, released into the air, colorless, nearly odorless, designed to enter the body through breathing. Once inhaled, it attacked the lungs and blood simultaneously. The result was rapid suffocation, combined with internal hemorrhaging. At the time, there were no rules allowing this kind of weapon. Even early European war ethics considered such methods inhumane and uncontrollable. That is why the weapon was classified as forbidden, even by 18th century standards.
Modern historians believe this compound shares characteristics with what we now classify as choking agents and blood agents. Not identical, but disturbingly similar. Substances that damage lung tissue, prevent oxygen from reaching the blood, and cause collapse without external injury. Weapons like these would later reappear in much more refined forms. Centuries afterward, the weapon worked too well. Civilians were affected instantly. Soldiers were exposed as well. The city became uninhabitable within hours. Admitting this would have meant international outrage and proof of violating early laws of war. So a decision was made. This war would not exist. Military archives were sealed. Maps were quietly redrawn. The city was officially listed as abandoned due to sudden illness. Survivors were relocated. Witnesses were discredited or silenced. And the weapon itself? According to internal documents, the project was dismantled, the research classified, and officially abandoned. Though some historians believe its data quietly influenced later chemical warfare development. So how do we know about this war at all? Not from official history. From fragments. Personal letters written by officers to their families. Diaries of soldiers, never meant for publication. Medical notes from army doctors, describing symptoms that didn't match any known disease. Foreign diplomats' observations, reporting the sudden disappearance of an entire city and smuggled medical reports, shared privately among later researchers. No single source proves the event. But when these documents are compared, the details match, the timing matches, the symptoms match, and the silence matches. That is why some historians believe this was not an accident, but a war, deliberately erased. Not everything that happened was allowed to be written, and not everything written was allowed to survive. If a war can be deleted, what else was removed before we ever had the chance to read it? Before you leave, do you think this war was truly erased, or simply renamed and hidden in plain sight? If history decided what we're allowed to know, what do you think it chose to erase next? Comment your thoughts below. And if you believe there are chapters of history we were never meant to read, subscribe and see you in the next video.